Hey fellas, today we're looking at measurement and we're looking at how do you record measurements combining certain types, certain units. So you can see on this page we've got three different types of units. We've got meters, centimeters and millimeters, and just a bit of warm-up. I'm just going to go through and complete this table for you. So 7 meters would be the equivalent of 700 centimeters, which is the equivalent of 7,000 millimeters. If you've got 4 meters, that would be the same as 400 centimeters or 4,000 millimeters. If you've got 3,000 millimeters, that would be the same as 300 centimeters or 3 meters. It gets a bit tricky because we've got 8.5 meters. So in centimeters, that would be 850. And then we're going to times by 10 again to get our millimeters, 8,500. If we've got 650 centimeters, it's going to be 6.5 meters, which you can also write as 6.5 meters. And then millimeters, it's going to be 6,500. Hope that makes sense to everybody, just to show you how you can easily convert between the two, I guess. Over here, we're looking at some basic rules when it comes to measurement. So 1 meter is the exact same in length as 100 centimeters. So if you've got 0.1 of a meter, that's going to indicate that you have 10 centimeters. And then if you've got 0.01 meters, that's going to be the same as 1 centimeter. And you just need to think about how you write your measurements. So if I was measuring like my fingernails, it wouldn't really make sense to say, I reckon they're about 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters long. It doesn't really make sense to write it as 0.0277 meters, does it? If I'm measuring my millimeters, if I'm measuring my fingernails, I'm probably going to write it as just 2 centimeters. So just have a think about how you're writing them, make sure it's appropriate for what you're working with. Like if I was measuring the height of a building, for instance, it would probably be in meters. If I was measuring the distance between Brisbane to Sydney, it's probably going to be in kilometers. If I was measuring the length of my ruler, it's going to be centimeters. And if I was measuring something really tiny like a pin or a nail or something, that's when I might use millimeters. Over here, it gets a little bit tricky. So we've got 5.1 meters is the same as 510 centimeters. 3.2 meters is the same in length as 320 centimeters. 2.4 meters is the same as 240 centimeters. 0.9 meters is the same as only 90 centimeters. And you can see this table sort of continues to over here, where you're actually asked to record them as meters and centimeters. So you just need to be careful with your decimal points. Don't make any errors. So here, 510 centimeters is the same as 5 meters and 10 centimeters. 320 centimeters is the same as 3 meters and 20 centimeters. 240 centimeters is the same as 2 meters and 40 centimeters. And down the bottom, if I get my face out of the way, 90 centimeters is 0. Whoa, that didn't work too well, did it? 0 meters and 90 centimeters, of course. I hope that makes sense to everybody. When you're going through page 121 and 121 of your Stepping Stones book, it just asks you to set out measurements a lot like this. It might also do something like, hey, something is, let's say, 500 centimeters long, and this other thing is only 450 centimeters. What's the difference in length? And we can see there that it's 50 centimeters, so you might have to write it as 0 meters and 50 centimeters. Good luck with it. There's not too much that we're looking at in terms of length, but if you do need a hand, just a reminder to ask Mrs. McGrath in class today, or I'll be back next week so you can touch in with me, especially if something in this video hasn't made too much sense. Thanks, boys. See you soon.